And we are live, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jason Hebert Live. I'm going to give it about 5 minutes or so before we really start the show because I actually set this for 8 p.m. accidentally. It's now 7:26, so anybody who saw this and is expecting it to come is thinking we're not going till 8. So I expect there to not be few people for at least a little bit until they see that the notifications start going out that I'm actually live now. So we're going to give it just a couple minutes. So if you're watching this live, just hang in there. If you are watching this after we went live, maybe tomorrow or something, my tomorrow, your now, you might want to skip forward 5 minutes or so if you can. It's going to be a little bit of a quiet few minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to load up all my screens before we get going on our intro. We have a wealth of stories today. Let me tell you that much. Give me 1 second here. We got a couple people. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Shammy. What's up, guys? Give me just a minute because I started about a half an hour early, so there are many people that are waiting till 8. Let's see if it notifies them. Hey, he started early. Just bear with me. Okay, 1 second. Guys. All right, guys, 1 second. We got 4 people here. Hey, Shammy, Facebook user. Hey, that must be a new person. Who are you, Facebook user? Who just said cute dog? That's Toby. We know you're a newbie here because everyone knows that dog's name. Hey, Mary. Hey, Pookie. Notification says started 29 seconds ago. Yeah, it will say that, but the initial one that I put out was for 8 o'clock. So people who see that one will be expecting that. Okay, 1 second, guys. Button. Wait, what's this? Oh, guys, give me 1 sec. I got a mother contacting me about doing her son's case. Let me just talk to her real quick, and then we'll get started on the show. Yeah, let's see when she wants to do it. Would you want to do an interview tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time? We have another one, guys. Looks like we might have an interview tomorrow, very soon, if so, because I got a family contacting me. All right. Someone said Facebook, you have to get permission to StreamYard to reveal your identity. Oh, boy. Hey, Annie. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's how it works. That's why it always says Facebook user. Who is that? Who said cute dog? Who are you? Because we can't see your name. Identify yourself. These are not the dogs you've been looking for. Who is it? Who's saying my Toby's cute? Good morning. Not morning or afternoon. But I can't say good night, so I guess good late afternoon, everybody. It looks like we have another interview for tomorrow night. All right, guys. Let us proceed. So, we have a bunch of crazy stories today. Let me tell you, I got a wealth of stories. They're all kind of nuts. So today on the show, just to reveal a few before we get into it, we have a California bar owner arrested for allegedly selling fake COVID vaccination cards. We have a Louisiana school lunch lady allegedly having sleepovers where she sexually abused teenage boys. We have a pro golfer, Daniel Bowling, being charged with trying to meet the person he thought was a 15-year-old girl. Sounds like one of those little stings. Okay. And much, much more. More school shootings, a lot of old cold cases, a lot of crazy stuff kind of going on. And give me 1 second. Okay. 1 second. One second, guys. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get into the news. Whoa, we get 10 people here. What the heck am I doing? I'm sitting there having a conversation. And here we go. So, if you're not familiar with our show, we are the sister show to the main Jason Hebert program at night, where we interview the loved ones of missing persons and unsolved crimes and try to help spread awareness and bring closure to cases. So this show works a little bit differently from that one. Instead of interviewing people, we read the news from a third-party perspective. We give our opinions on it. We hang out. I get to know you guys. It works a little bit differently. So this show is a little different, and I try to get to know you guys and have a little fun. We also raise money during the show to support the efforts required to find the families we interview, research their cases, promote the stories, and everything else that comes along with the nearly 125 plus interviews and growing that we have on the main channel. So if you would like to support us, bad echo, we greatly appreciate it. Is anybody else having an echo other than Be United? Any other echoes going on? Hey, Luis. Yeah, so anyone who does support what we do here, I could use an airline ticket. Tell me about it. Anyone who does support, we put your name right here where you see N/A. Give me 1 second. Donate support is okay. Right here. So right where you see N/A, that's where your name will go as a thank you. And also any donations that we get gets Toby a bacon and a cinnamon toast crunch. So we get to listen to him crunch it. If we hit our goal by the end of the show, which is $50, then we give Toby the whole bowl of crunchies. Okay, so that's how it works. He gets a bacon and a crunchy for each donation. If we hit the $50, he gets the whole bowl. Just something fun we do to give incentive to support the show, and all donations go towards building the show, finding the families, interviewing them, and all that type of fun stuff. So, one second. Why won't this thing go to the other screen? I don't know. Trying to put a tab onto another set of tabs, but it's not working. So it is 7:40. For the first 20 minutes, we do what's called the lightning round, where Toby gets double treats. Super fun. So every donation will get him a couple of bacons and a crunchy, and everyone enjoys it. Toby. And people like to feed the Toby boy. So let's try to hit our goal, guys. We haven't hit our goal in about a week, maybe. I think we did one day, but it's been a slow day. So can we hit our goal? Let's see. But moving forward, I'll keep an eye over the next 20 minutes to make sure that we credit everybody properly as soon as the donations come in. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the news. So first off, we have a California bar owner arrested for allegedly selling fake COVID vaccination cards for $20 each. That must have been a heck of a deal. We got this lovely gentleman being let out in cuffs. Right here. There he is. That's a pretty shitty move if you ask me. Selling fake COVID vaccination cards. That's got to be some kind of federal offense. Good luck to him. Toby's gorgeous. He sure is. He's the looks of the show. I'm the brains. With me being the brains, that's why the show is so wonky and messed up. I must go to work on my next video for Shaylin Skamakathra. Jason, thank you. I don't know who's saying that. Whoever's on Facebook that just said that. I appreciate it, but we don't see your name when you're on Facebook. So if you can tell me who you are, I do appreciate it. Otherwise, have a nice day at work. We love you. Let's try to hit our goal, guys. It's important that we do today. Okay. So authorities arrested the owner of a Northern California saloon on Tuesday, alleging he was selling fraudulent COVID-19 vaccination cards to his customers. After receiving a tip that phony vaccination cards were being sold at the Old Corner Saloon in Clements, agents from the California Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control, who were posing as potential buyers, entered the bar on numerous occasions in April and were able to purchase the fraudulent cards, according to a press release from the ABC. So this man was getting hit by the undercovers, by the D-techs, as they call them in the hood. The detectives got him. Very stupid move, especially to do openly in your business. On Tuesday, the bar's owner, Todd Anderson, was led away from his business in handcuffs. Anderson was allegedly charging $20 for the fake vaccination cards. He was charged with felony identity theft and forging government documents, as well as misdemeanor falsifying medical records. At the time of his arrest, Anderson, who's 59, also allegedly had a loaded, unregistered firearm, a felony under California law. Bad move, bud. Probably never would have found it, but you wanna go selling fake vaccination cards. You're dumb to keep more illegal things around. It's like, hey, if they catch me, I might as well go down for 10 things, not one, right? I don't get people. I don't get them. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but apparently I'm smarter than. So, the ABC press release alleges that a search of the bar turned up materials related to the distribution of fraudulent COVID-19 vaccination cards. The agents are also said to be investigating one of Anderson's employees for allegedly selling the fake vaccination cards. It is disheartening to have members in our community show flagrant disregard for public health in the midst of a pandemic. Distributing, falsifying, or purchasing fake COVID-19 vaccine cards is against the law and endangers yourself and those around you, she continued. The San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office is grateful for the partnership with the California Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control for their work in this case. Anderson has yet to enter pleas to the charges he faces. Neither he nor his lawyer, surprisingly, are available for comment. They never are in the beginning when they're the ones in trouble, huh? I have noticed that. The defense is never around to talk. The prosecutors, they're willing to let you know anything and everything. How's everyone doing tonight? Is everybody going to, anybody going to CrimeCon 2021? Do you think it was suicide? Good, thanks. How are you? Doing a great job. I'm not sure what you wanted to talk about. Was the one that went missing? You talking about the plane? Suicide? I don't know about that. But you think the person flying the plane went down on purpose? Is that what you mean by suicide? I'm not quite sure what happened there with the Malaysia plane. Is it in the news? How come everyone's talking about it? The pilot, right? Good to hear, Luis. It's a rumor he did. Yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows? We have 15. Wait, what time did I start? Has it only been 4 minutes? I could have sworn. I don't know. I think we have like 10 minutes left in the lightning round. I don't know. Whatever. I could have sworn more time went by. Maybe I'm missing up the times in my head. So, a Louisiana school lunch lady allegedly had sleepovers where she sexually abused teenage boys. Oh boy. I am shocked how often this is happening with women lately. You know, you always heard this with male teachers growing up back in the day. We're hearing it a lot now with women. Don't forget to like the page. That's correct. Thank you, Be United. Why is this happening so much with women, guys? What am I missing? What's changed with women that they're into young boys lately? Are men not doing the job? Because this is getting crazy. It's absolutely throwing me for a loop. I have to say that. And looks like we might have an interview tomorrow. We'll have to wait on that. I'll let you guys know. Quite another one. So Louisiana school lunch lady had sleepovers where she sexually abused teenage boys. So Dawn Marie Bay, who's 38, has been charged with 10 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile and 8 counts of indecent behavior with the juvenile. That sounds like a lot of counts. I don't think Miss Marie Bay is doing too good right now. That's a heck of a lot of counts. Oh, it's already 7:44. Dang. Guys, I really got to go at about 8:10. So we only have about 25 minutes here. I didn't realize the time. I thought it was, geez, time is flying. So we only got about 25 minutes to go. I'm going to try to bang through these stories. So if you're looking to support the channel, please just keep that in mind that it's going to be a very short show because I could have sworn we had more time to go because I have to leave and do something family-wise in about 25 minutes. So here she is. I mean, I don't get it. I'm sure she could have this is her. Sure, she could have got a guy her own age, right? Why would you need to go after boys? I just don't get it. It's becoming really weird. I used to always say, I got to have a boy because too much trouble worrying about girls. But I'm telling you, I'm starting to worry about the boys just as much as the girls now. You know, you got to worry about these weirdos going after them. So a Louisiana school cafeteria lunch lady, who gets with the lunch lady? Come on, it's always a teacher, has been arrested on multiple charges after authorities say she held sleepovers at her home. Oh my God. During which she sexually abused teenage students. Dawn Marie Bay, 38, has been charged with 10 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile and 8 counts of indecent behavior with the juvenile. Terrebonne Parish Sheriff Tim Soignette tells KLFY TV that Bay is accused of holding sleepovers for teenage boys ages 13 to 16. According to her arrest report, Bay would allow the boys to watch pornography and drink alcohol and then would have sex with them. She was interviewed last weekend and arrested. According to the Huma Times, the sheriff's office received a complaint from one of the alleged victim's parents on April 21st. They immediately opened an investigation into Bay. Authorities tell the Times they have interviewed several teens about the case and searched all their social media accounts as part of their investigation. Online records show that Bay has been booked into the Terrebonne Parish Criminal Justice Complex. Her bond has been set at $50,000. It is unclear whether she has obtained an attorney, and she has not yet entered a plea. Anyone with additional information concerning this investigation is to call the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office detectives at 985-876-2500. There's a few different places in the world that interest me that just seem a little different with how they do things. And New Orleans is one of them, with their parishes and just the accent and the culture down there. It's one of the places I want to go. Others being places like Japan, I want to go, Australia. But in this country, something about New Orleans really draws me, really interests me. I wouldn't want to live there. Wouldn't want to live anywhere else but Boston because I've moved too many times in my life. But I would love to see what's going on down there in the LA, in the Louisiana. LA, not Los Angeles, but Louisiana. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Just checking one thing. Okay. It may be a control thing. That's a good point. You're talking about the women with the younger boys. The lads would think it would be great to be having sex with an older woman. She would show them the ropes. Yeah, I actually talked to someone in my family about that earlier, and they said something similar. They said, yeah, maybe they're not confident with like themselves and their performance or whatever, however you want to put it. And so maybe having a younger, inexperienced guy, aka boy, is comforting for them and not as intimidating or something, which is, not an excuse, of course, but at least maybe it's a peek into their mind, huh? Scary stuff. As children, it was okay to play in another person's yard, but we were never allowed in their homes. My parents insisted we not go inside garages, homes. Well, very smart parents of yours. Back in the day, yeah, people were much more trusting. You can go around, you could, even before your time, T, you could go in people's homes. People never thought that people just didn't even assume adults would do stuff like that, particularly not a woman. Until I started doing this job, basically, I would never worry about leaving my son with any woman, unless, I don't know, someone that did like drugs, obviously, or was like some kind of real troublemaker, something obvious like that. But just any typical regular woman, I would have left my child with them, no trouble, boy or girl. Wouldn't have thought twice that there's a possibility they're going to be doing something like that to them. But apparently this world is getting so sick that pretty much anything and everything's happening. It's like just throw your hands up and do whatever you want. Sick stuff. I think it was going on, but not talked about. Too afraid of accusing an adult of being called a liar. Kids are more bold now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was happening because there's a lot of stories about it. But yeah, I guess kids just didn't tell when it happened, right? Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Give me 1 second, guys. So you guys, parents, let me ask you, oh, Annie, can you check your Facebook messages, by the way? But and also, you guys as parents, do you worry about leaving your child with a female? Would that be a concern of yours nowadays? I'm guessing if you didn't before, after watching my show, you're starting to worry about it. Not to laugh, I'm sorry. It's just, I laugh just because of the absurdity of it. You like my back of the day beard? Thank you. This is actually like 3 or 4 days. This is a lot of days beard. A lot of days. Maybe she said it was sex education, that she was showing them what you did and what women liked and enjoyed. Good point. Yeah. Probably. That's probably how she did it. And for what it's worth, some of the boys probably loved it and won't be bothered by it. I mean, to be honest, it's not right to do, but the 16-year-old boys aren't going to care. They're just going to be like, yeah, score. You know? But it's still absolutely awful to do. It doesn't mean because a 16-year-old boy's into it that you should do it. Versus a young girl, I think they'd be traumatized no matter what. But I don't know. Not as much for me, but I've never left my kids with anyone but family. Yeah. And sometimes, some families, you end up finding out you shouldn't even have done that, right? Isn't it getting crazy? All the stories we read about, like this Duggar guy, they're on TV, model family, smiling, and look what we find out. He's doing it to his own siblings. Whew! Scary. So I was trying to get an interview for tomorrow, guys, but unfortunately, wait a second. It looks like they can't do it yet. Let me see their response. Give me 1 second. So they say, oh, how I wish I could commit at this moment, but I'm on the fence because I may be traveling. Okay. To attend a Q Center missing event. Oh, okay. I could do it if I got... What time I leave? I'll shoot you a message in a couple of hours. Okay, so it might be tomorrow. Absolutely. If we don't do tomorrow, we'll do it in a couple days once you settle back in. Okay. So we got an interview coming soon, guys. I'm working on getting it to where we're doing them like every day again. Hopefully my links are working because we've been having an awful time, guys, with links not working and all kinds of stuff. So I hope let me see, everything's in there correctly. Okay. So pro golfer Daniel Bowling is charged with trying to meet a person he thought was a 15-year-old girl. Whew. Daniel Bowling, I want to see if this was some kind of police thing, because I'm sure we've all seen To Catch a Predator and all that, right? Why did he think she was a 15-year-old girl? Was she lying, or was it some kind of sting? So let's see. I'm not a bowling fan whatsoever, but maybe wait a minute, a golf fan. His name is Daniel Bowling. He's a golfer. I'm not a golf fan whatsoever, but maybe if somebody is, they know this person. So Daniel Bowling faces several charges, including obscene communication, travel to meet with a minor, and attempted lewd and lascivious M-word, police said. This is he. There's Danny Boy. Another sicko. I can't even breathe when I look at these guys. I swear. I start hyperventilating. A professional golfer was arrested in Florida on Thursday after he allegedly tried to meet up with someone he thought was a teenage girl. Daniel Bowling, described by police as a dangerous online predator, thought he was meeting up with a 15-year-old girl that he had been chatting with since April, May, so about a month. But it was an officer posing as a decoy. Ha ha, sucker. The Orlando Police Department said in a statement obtained by People. I lived in Orlando for a year, familiar with the area. The 26-year-old faces several charges, including obscene communication, travel to meet with a minor, and attempted lewd and lascivious M-word, police said. Bowling at first contacted the decoy on ad chat in early April, and detectives said that his conversations turned sexual in nature within the first 24 hours and intensified quickly. The golfer was arrested without incident by detectives and Special Enforcement Division officers on Thursday as he arrived to meet up with the decoy. Right under this, they put the Josh Duggar article link. Joshy boy, that guy got to go down. If you are a fan of that show, please don't be. Guy is a complete sicko. Every day I'm coming on here, I'm seeing another accusation against this weirdo. So usually I remain impartial and I say, oh, allegedly and all that, but I'm just so sick of seeing that guy's name. I'm going out there on a limb. He has a horrible past. Oh no, there's my cigarettes. Hey, Toby hanging out. How's everybody doing tonight? I can't believe how quick the day is going, that it's almost 8 o'clock. Luis, every time we get, I've been giving Toby treats all day, so I don't want to overfeed him. So whenever we get a donations coming in, we do give him a treat. But I try not to give him too many because he gets a lot throughout the day between the shows and when I give him regularly. But I'll give him a couple crunchies. Here you go. Here you go. Poor Toby. He's starving. Take them all at once. Take them. Get it. All right. They had so many washing machines. That's all I remember. What, on the 19 kids and counting? I'm sure they did. Can you imagine that water bill? So there's a little treat for Tobster while he waits. Toby, as soon as I sit down now, he runs right over here. He knows the show. He knows how it works, that he gets treats with the donations and stuff. He will not let me sit in this chair without him being right there. He will cry. He'll run over. He wants no part of being separated from me when I'm sitting here. Sometimes I have to yell at him. I'm like, Toby, I'm just on the computer. I'm not doing a show. Calm down. He's like, ah, ah. He wants to come up so bad because of the treats. I spoiled him. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to check one thing. I'll be right back. Good morning, Chris. Everyone just joining. We got about 15 minutes left. It's a little bit of a quick show. Oh, Toby's coughing. Can you imagine how many loaves of bread a day they go through? In the UK, I think the largest family is 23 and still counting. Yikes. I don't know about that. Okay, guys, sorry. I'm doing like 3 things at once. We have our first donation of the day coming from T for $5. All right, guys, that first donation. Can we hit our goal for the day? The earlier show, we got about half the goal, so now we're trying to get the other half. But Toby gets treats either way. Oh, goal is 45, not 545. $545. Can we hit it? Come on, guys. It's not a lot. Ah, dang it. Okay, hang on. T for $5. There we go. $5. Remaining goal 45. Boom. Got it. First one of the day, guys. Here we go. We're trucking right along. First donation of the day, which gets Toby. We'll just do double treats for the whole show since we don't have much longer to go anyways. So first treat for Toaster. There you go, my good sir. There's one for my man. But wait a minute, you didn't say thank you to T. Hi, T. Thank you, T. You're the best girl. Thank you, sir. And 2. Here you go. Come on, more crunchies. Come on, Toby, more than one at a time. You're killing me here. Come on, eat all 3. Take them. One more. There you go. All righty. 23 is so many. That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of mouths, a lot of ma. Billy's teasing me, and a lot of all that kind of stuff. Good luck to anyone who's dealing with 23 of those. Okay, so thank you, T. We have our first donation of the day from the lovely T. Wilson of Be United, a group everybody should check out. Why? Because they help out many people. They create posters. They do many lovely things. So thank you to them. Okay, guys, we're in our final 12 minutes. Can we hit our goal? Come on, guys. Come on. Let's hit our goal. All right. So this guy was arrested without incident. He's a creep. We'll end that one there. I don't want to talk anymore about people and kids. Too many of these stories lately. So man accused in cold case of 1995 drowning murder of a teacher who'd been bridesmaids at his wedding. Okay. So this teacher was a bridesmaid at his wedding, and then he killed her. Talk about payback. Thanks for being my bridesmaid. So Blanco Tamayo's 9-year-old son, Matthew Farias. Wait, what? Oh, I'm in a different story here. What am I doing? Okay, hang on, guys. Wrong story. Let me restart. So a mother who survived Orange mass shooting but lost 2 children leaves the hospital. Blanco Tamayo's 9-year-old son, Matthew Farias, died in the March 31st shooting. 9-year-old. This is what happens when you shoot into a group of people, guys. You end up killing kids and people who have nothing to do with anything. So maybe don't do it. They should probably do have a dedicated room at the maternity ward. I know. She must be in there twice a year, every 9 months, right? As often as she can. Are these people on welfare? Well, I'm sure from the show they probably have money now. But what were they doing before? How do you afford that many kids? Just living off the government? Living off the government teat? Hang on one second, guys. I am so sorry. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, sorry for that. So the good news is I don't have to leave and take care of the family thing anymore. I just took care of it over the phone. So we are good to go. Hey, Sick Music. And who is that? Is that Jared? Or is that somebody new? Who do we got? So let's take a look at another mass shooting. A California mother who survived the mass shooting in Orange in March but lost 2 children and her ex-husband has been released from the hospital. Blanco Tamayo was wheeled out of UCI Medical Center on Wednesday wearing a shirt featuring the face of her son Matthew Farias, 9 years old, who died in her arms in the shooting. This hospital has been great. Tamayo, who suffered a gunshot wound to the head, told reporters outside of the hospital, according to the LA Times. I have my family, the father of my boy, and my son who love me and support me, and I'm thankful for that. Of Matthew, she added, he's an angel and he's with God now. That breaks my heart. There is something so heartbreaking about hearing a parent who lost a kid who kind of accepts it like that. You know what I mean? Just hearing them, they're a godly person. They know he's in heaven, that kind of thing. But there's just a finality that overcomes you when you hear a story like that. It really, really breaks my heart. Okay, guys, 1 second. But I don't know if anybody in here has ever lost a child, but, you know, you can only imagine it's a pain that nobody should ever have to feel. Just not the way the world should work, right? Something so unnatural about it that breaks your heart. Sad stuff. But this is a picture of the family coming out of the hospital. I love you guys, Diff. Look forward to this every day lately. Thank you, Tabitha. Toby looks so tired. He is tired. I'm tired too all the time because I'm working. But, you know, I work the overnights, but I love doing this. I got a good thing going. I work the overnight. I do this little morning show with you guys, hang out. We get a few interviews a week. Things are building really good. So I've not one person is going to CrimeCon, it seems. I've been worried about, am I going to be able to get a ticket by the time I can afford it? And I got to say, it seems like nobody's going because of COVID. I think I'll be fine, right? The husband looks tired. Who, him right there? How sad. Look at the cute little girl. The kid, so how old is this kid? About 5 maybe? 5 or 6? So the one that died is only a few years older than that. How sad. Flowers for the dead. Toby's snoring. Can you hear him? Be quiet, ready? You guys hear Toby snoring? His eyes are open and he's snoring. How are you snoring? Hey, you're snoring and your eyes are open. What the heck's going on? Did you guys hear him snoring? His eyes are open while he's snoring. What is going on there? My Toby boy, what a unique little guy, huh? Snores with his eyes open. Why not? Shammy 81. I need advice on that. 50% of my kids do chores. I only have 2. So Tamayo is the only survivor of the March 31st shooting. Matthew, her daughter Genevieve Regoza, and her ex-husband Louis Tovar died when the gunman opened fire at an office building, including Unified Homes, a mobile home broker in Orange, California. Leticia Solis Guzman, an employee at Unified Homes, was also killed. On the day of the shooting, Matthew, a 3rd grader at Hoover Elementary in Santa Ana, had gone to work with his mom instead of going to daycare, the LA Times reported. He was found in his mother's arms. Tamayo's husband and Matthew's dad, Rafael Farias, said Wednesday that he is grateful for the miracle of his wife's survival. Oh, we got a picture of the little boy. This is sad, guys. I'm going to show it, though. I got to show it, right? Yeah, I got to show it. Okay. I know. Toby adores me. I recognize it. It's likewise. But isn't that weird he's snoring? Everybody says it looks like a stuffed animal or a toy. Can you hear him, though? Listen, he's snoring. What? Oh, there. He stopped. He snores. I've never seen him snore with his eyes open. This is something he's just started doing lately. Anyways, here is the little boy who has passed. Extremely sad. Look at this. His mom says, I might not be able to see my son anymore, but I can at least see him through her. I have to continue living my life for my son, for his life. I have to stay strong-minded. Look at this little kid. How sad. Matthew Farias. Rest in peace, little buddy. Wow. He's up in heaven now, and I know he's running around chasing his sister Genevieve. The family plans to spend Mother's Day together. Oh, what? Wait, his sister's up there too? Oh my God. Yeah, Toby's definitely like a toy dog, like a stuffed animal, right? It's his breathing, really? Yeah, he must just be really clogged, I guess. I don't know. I'm excited to have her back home. Just happy to have her back for Mother's Day. Tamayo's son, Louis Tobar, 25, said Wednesday. Tamayo added to reporters she is going to try and enjoy whatever life God has left me. A GoFundMe created for Tamayo's medical expenses has raised more than $25,000 so far. I enjoy seeing that the GoFundMes people put out when they do so well, you know, for little kids that get hurt and stuff like that. It makes me feel a little better. It shows you, oh, there's still good people in the world. The unfortunate thing is all you got to do is come across one monster and your whole life changes forever, you know? I don't know. Hey, buddy. His eyes are closing. He's falling asleep. I'm trying to talk a little quieter. So a man accused in a cold case 1995 drowning murder of a teacher who'd been bridesmaids at his wedding. Clayton Bernard Foreman, 61 years old, has been charged with rape and murder in connection with the death of Mary Catherine Edwards. So this is Miss Edwards. Right here. Where's the creep? There we go. Looks like a creep. That little snarl. Like to smack this guy. Look at that little prison kind of one of these. Oh, get out of here. Smack you up, you little motherfucker. Excuse my language if you have kids around. I'm sorry. So Mary Catherine Edwards was a respected teacher in 1995 and was living alone in Beaumont, Texas. At 31, she had a large circle of friends and a close-knit family, and she had just moved into a new townhouse. Edwards was last seen on the evening of Friday, January 13th of 1995. According to the Beaumont Enterprise, her parents grew concerned the following day when she did not respond to phone calls. They went to her home to check on her welfare, and there they found a horrific scene. When they arrived, they found Edwards drowned in her bathroom, a Department of Public Safety press release said, according to the Enterprise. She had been sexually assaulted and killed. She had been handcuffed with her hands behind her back. For more than 25 years, the case remained unsolved, but authorities got a break thanks to DNA evidence, and they have arrested a surprising suspect. Doesn't look so surprising to me, but Clayton Bernard Foreman, 61 years old, of Franklin County, Ohio, has been charged with murder in Edwards' death. Police tell News 4 San Antonio that they both attended the same high school. Foreman and Edwards were casual friends. She was even a bridesmaid at the wedding of Foreman and his first wife. According to a probable cause affidavit by KJAS TV, DNA evidence taken in 1995 led police to Foreman. In April 2020, investigators began using genetic genealogy to help find the suspect. They first found several distant cousins, which led them closer and closer to an arrest. Eventually, the DNA led them to Foreman. Last month, investigators in Ohio collected trash from Foreman's home. They say the DNA on those items matched DNA taken from Edwards' body. DNA is really revolutionizing us as a people, huh? As it gets further and further and better, no one's going to get away with anybody. Mary, we're doing well. How are you, sweetie? We are doing well. Toby's just relaxing, enjoying his relaxation time, waiting for his treats. You know, typical Toby moves. And I'm just hanging out with my boy. In April 2020, investigators began using genetic genealogy to help find a suspect. They first found several, I just read that. Additionally, investigators say that the crime against Edwards had similarities to a 1981 rape of one of Foreman's high school classmates. Foreman pleaded guilty to the crime and received 3 years of probation. Foreman was taken into custody in Ohio. Authorities will extradite him to Texas to face murder charges. He has not yet entered a plea, and online arrest records do not reflect an attorney authorized to speak on his behalf. Slide right in. The new chair. Mary, Annie, Shammy. We got the E's in the house. So Foreman, as I said, was taken into custody. We shall see what happens to yet another lovely individual that we feature here on the show. I got to tell you, what a lineup of great people that talk on this show, huh? What do I got going on here? How are you, Mary? So true, Luis. I tried to be good to everyone and never say anything I will regret. Yeah, try to do that, guys. I know it sounds generic, but treat people as you want to be treated and all that. Karma, it comes back around, whether you want to believe it's God or just an energy in the world. Whatever your beliefs are, believe me, there's something to that. If you are not going to treat people awful your whole life and have a great life. It just doesn't happen. Doing well? Good. So far, guys, we have our first supporter, who's T. We thank you, T, for the $5 donation. If you would like to support the show, this is the link to do so. We're doing double treats for Toby, which means he gets bacons and Cinnamon Toast Crunch, his favorite. If we hit the goal by the end of the show, we will give him the whole bowl. So we'll see how that goes. But we're at least just doing one by one right now. The poor thing is sleeping right now. Look, he doesn't even have the energy to stand up. He can't even stay awake because he's so hungry. He's neglected. My boy's so neglected. Please help him. Please come here and help him, says Bono, the guy from YouTube. Please come help the hungry. So, a, quote, sweetheart, Ohio mom was killed with 2 kids home, and the suspect has been arrested. Shanika Bogan, 31 years old, was killed last week in her Dayton apartment. Shanika, who's the killer? Oh, here we go. So we'll show you Shanika and then her killer. Poor young innocent girl once again. Do you take him on long walks? No, I don't, because he can't walk. He can waddle, and he can get maybe 5-6 steps, and he refuses to walk. He sits down because his joints are all old and sore, and so he just throughout the house like that. But I've tried to put him on walks because he's so big. I want to make him lose weight. He won't do it. He stops and just looks up at you, and I go, come on, Toby, come on. You know, I try not to get aggressive with him. I'm like, please. So I'll pull him a little bit, and he goes, he fights you. He won't go. So at first I was like, why is he fighting me? Why is he being a bad boy? You know, because he's the best dog ever. Why is he fighting this? But then I realized it's hurting him to walk. You know, he actually can't walk, unfortunately, especially on the hard cement. So sadly, that's where we stand. But you know what? I give him a lot of treats because it's his only pleasure. Look at him. That's his life. He sits there. He has like 4 places that he sits. He sits there on my bed, on the couch, and then under this area. Those are his 4 spots. So his entire life is sitting in one of those 4 spots and getting treats. So why not? But Toby is, don't treat someone right, exactly. But Toby is a very happy boy, let me tell you. He has never experienced really being yelled at. He's never been hit, of course, anything like that. Never been mistreated. So, like, even if someone that's like aggressive near him, or like a turkey, there's turkeys in this neighborhood that have been around him before, he doesn't worry about anything. He just relaxes and watches them. He never is like in fear he's going to be hurt. He doesn't have that instinct. Even if I go like this, look, he doesn't try to like get away from it. He's never had anything happen, so he doesn't even have the fear of being hurt. Which is kind of scary, though, because like if I ever left him alone in the yard for a couple minutes and a turkey ran up to hurt him, he would think it was just playing with him. He'd let the thing kill him, probably. You know, it's kind of scary. He's so good. Does he like having bats? He actually does, because it's kind of like a rub for him. You just kind of sit there and rub the things, and he just goes like that. But he gets a lot of bats because since he can't walk, a lot of times when he pees, he falls in the pee. So I do have to give him sometimes 4 to 6 bats a day. It's pretty bad. So he likes them. But anyways, this is, I didn't mean that. I know you adore him. He's totally love. Yeah, absolutely. No, I know you didn't mean it in a bad way. So Shanika Bogan, I think I showed you guys her picture. Oh, yeah. Who said they lived in Dayton? Shammy, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Shammy, it's getting crazy over there. We've had a few Dayton stuff lately, but this is her. So, an Ohio man has been taken into custody Thursday morning in connection with the death of a mother of 2 who was killed with her children at home. Shanika Bogan, 31, was killed last week in her Dayton apartment. Police were called to the apartment by Bogan's mother, Tracy Berry, on April 30th at about 6 a.m. She was dead upon their arrival, said Dayton Police Lieutenant Jason Hall. It was an intentional killing. Dayton police arrested 28-year-old Kendall Beasley on Thursday morning on a murder warrant. He has not yet been charged. It was not immediately clear if he has a lawyer to comment on his behalf. It's unbelievable that it really happened, Shanika's mother, Tracy Berry, told WHIO-TV. Shanika wouldn't hurt a fly. Toby wouldn't either. Shanika and Beasley were acquaintances for a very short period of time. This is him. This is Beasley. She was set up basically in a kind of a blind date situation. Oh, boy. He was obviously pursuing a romantic relationship with her. I guess, but he's not obviously not too good at pursuing romantic relationships because look what he did. Hall says authorities are trying to determine a motive. We still have a lot of work to do on the motive end of that, he says. We are trying to piece together the events that occurred, but I don't have an answer for that right now. Shanika's 2 children, ages 10 and 4, were in the apartment but didn't witness the killing. Berry told WHIO-TV that her grandson spoke to the suspect. He told my oldest grandson, "I'm going to give your mama a message," Berry said. I know he went in the bedroom and shut the door, and he came out, told my grandson, "She's taking a nap. Get yourself some cereal to snack on, and I'll be back." And then he left. Shanika's brother, William Bogan, said his sister was a sweetheart, like literally the nicest person you will ever meet, he told them. She did everything for those boys, added Berry. It's devastating. It really is. And yes, more kids lose their mother. Sad, sad stuff. And the stories roll on. So we take a look at how the crazy world turns. That's Annie posting the link. We do appreciate you guys. If we can hit our goal, we'll get Toby a nice bowl of treats. So we appreciate you if you can support. I'm smoking up a storm over there, guys. I apologize. I know it's not super pleasant to watch. We got a lot of stories. This is just from one of the sites I use, all these stories I'm reading here. I had like 8 to 10 of them today. I don't date, so I feel a little better. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I don't date either. It has been, since I've been running this channel, I get a lot of people who message me and say they're like big fans. They want to get to know me, that kind of stuff. So I'll have like friends through that. But that's really like the closest I've come to dating in, I don't know, years. I just don't care to date anymore. I don't put any effort in. I don't want to do it. I don't go around looking. I don't buy new clothes to go out. I just do my own thing. And a lot of my life takes place online, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't have any interest in that. I have some friends that stop by, you know, guys, girls, but I'm not into any of that stuff anymore. I think I'm the kind of person that is cool just being alone by myself, right? There's a lot of people like that. Trying to find my link again. I don't know what I did with it. There we go. That's the old one, and that's T. Okay. Yeah. So, anybody else not dating? Me too. I'm knocking him off with a stick, says Shimmy. Didn't Toby have a bark when strangers were at the door? My arm staff did. Still missing him? Nope. He never barked. My other dog did, who was also a Karn, Toby's older brother. He was big on barking at people at the door. He was the one that was like possessive of the house. I think what it was, this is just a guess, but I think at least a part of why Toby's so relaxed is when we bought Toby, we already had another dog that was a Karn just like him, almost the same size, just thinner. His name was Ziggy, and he was like much more the dominant one in the relationship. So Toby, from the day he got brought here, just kind of idolized Ziggy and just relaxed. He let Ziggy handle everything. If there was a knock at the door, Ziggy barked. You know, he didn't have to join in. Ziggy took care of everything. The way that you guys always say Toby stares at me longingly, he used to do that with Ziggy. He would just stare longingly and look at Zig. Like he thought Zig was like the coolest dog ever. So I think that's why Toby's so relaxed. He felt like he had a big brother that handled everything, maybe, even though Ziggy's been gone for a while. Ziggy actually had a spot under the bed where he would always sit. I guess it was cool or something. So Toby would always go to the edge of the bed on the floor and lay down and just watch Ziggy. Like as Ziggy laid there, he thought he was so cool. And the sad thing is, when Ziggy died, Toby sat there watching that spot for weeks. I think he was waiting for Ziggy to come back. I don't know. T-Mac is married to Dave, so not dating. Yeah, you guys are all set. I couldn't see myself married nowadays. I'll like say it sometimes when I'm talking to someone, like, yeah, I could get married. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't know that I could. I'm at a point in my life, I really need utmost freedom, even with my job. So I'm working a nighttime job now, but I'm by myself for the whole time. So I'm by myself at work. Then I do this, which is almost like having your own business kind of thing, a YouTube channel. That's how you can kind of look at it. So I can make my own hours. I can come on when I want. And then, like, I don't know, I just don't like having a strict schedule and having to abide by what someone else tells me. So for my job, I can do whatever I want. Relationship-wise, I can do whatever I want. If I want to go hang out with someone, I can. I'm just so used to being able to make my own rules and do what I want when that I couldn't see myself going back and being like getting in a 9-to-5 in a very strict relationship with somebody. It scares the crap out of me. I'm just so used to doing my own thing now. It's been years, you know. I've dated throughout that time, but nothing serious, you know, especially, like I said, the last couple of years. T-Mac does what she wants in all areas. Yeah, Jenny, I'm the same. I really just enjoy being by myself. One time a friend came over, my dog was barking at him. I said, shh. My friend said, don't shush him. That's his job to let you know when a stranger is around. Yeah, well, that's true. Toby's not good for that, but... All right, guys. Wow, we're already an hour and 10 minutes in. All right. Do you want to see Toby get a treat? Do you want to see him not looking so famished? Then support the cause. Link in the description and there in the chat. We're having a slow day. It's been a lot of slow days lately. We had a good few months, and now it's been some slow days. Come on, guys. Help Toby out. Okay. So, sex offender is charged with murder weeks after a missing Iowa girl, 10 years old, was found dead. Breezia Terrell went missing in July 2020 after staying overnight with her half-brother's father, say authorities. Oh, boy. Wow, she kind of looks a little like him. All right, let's take a look at this story now. This is the girl. This is the dad. So he is her half-brother's father. Okay, so it's her. So they have her and her brother have the same mother, but they have different dads. So she basically just went to stay at her brother's house. And this is the dad there. So a registered sex offender, oh boy, is charged with murder in connection with the 2020 death of 10-year-old Breezia Terrell, whose remains were found in March. Henry Earl Dinkins, 48, who had been a person of interest in the case since the little girl went missing in July 2020, is charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Scott County Attorney Michael Walton announced at a press conference Wednesday. Oof. So, there it is. Authorities would not comment on an alleged motive for the slaying because it pertained to, quote, investigative information, the Des Moines Register reports. The charges against Dinkins come after remains of Breezier were found on March 22nd in DeWitt. Breezier was reported missing on July 10th, 2020. She was last seen that morning at the apartment complex where Dinkins lives, say authorities. She and her half-brother, who is Dinkins' son, were staying at Dinkins' apartment in Davenport when she vanished. Dinkins allegedly fatally shot Breezier during that overnight stay. Shot her? How could you shoot a little girl? You know what I mean? Like, as crazy as it is, like, when someone hits a kid, like, it's even crazier to, like, load up a gun and, like, oh my God, these stories just get crazy. And did he think, you wonder, did he think he was going to get away with it? How did he think that was going to go? People know she's staying at your house, sir. Like, I don't know. Let's take a moment because we have our second donation of the night. We have 5 doll hairs coming in from the lovely Shammy. All right. We're at 20% of our goal. 40 to go. So $5 from T, $5 from Shammy. 2 lovely, lovely women and supporters of our channel. We got 40 to go. So, you know what that means, though? If we get the full amount, Toby gets the whole bowl. But for now, Toby gets a bacon and a crunchy. Toby, you ready? One, but yeah, you can have it. You guys probably couldn't see because the angle. He looked at me, then got excited and looked again like, really? I can have it? You can have it, Toby. And remember, you get about 500 a day. And 2. Boom. And we give him a crunchy. Thank you so much, Shammy. Having a slow day, so let's see if we can hit it, guys. Not like my mama's dog barking. Yeah, some dogs bark. We've had 3, main dogs. Ziggy, like I said earlier, of course, Toby, and then we had Brady. Brady didn't come till Ziggy left. Him and Ziggy wouldn't have got along at all. He was the biggest barker of the 3. Woo, boy. He was like, in love with my mother, first off, but he was aggressive, like towards people he wasn't aggressive, like he would never bite anybody, but he was always barking at anyone who was at the door. But he had like a neurological problem or something. He got nervous very easy. Every time it rained, he would physically shake so hard. You don't even understand how hard this dog would shake. Thunder. Everything would scare him. Come on, you got to say thank you to Shammy. He's knocking them all on the floor. Come on, Toby. People are donating to give you treats and you're throwing them on the ground. That doesn't look good. Come on, pick them up. Pick them up with that tongue, that specialized dog tongue with the little grooves. There you go. Oh, boy. Oh, and you got to say thank you so much to Shammy. Thank you, Shammy. Hey, you're the best, girl. You're the best. All right, guys. Hey, we're getting there. One step at a time, one step at a time. Whoa, another $5 hairs. Coming in from Annie, who says, sending treats Toby's way. All right. T, Shammy, Annie, who comes through with $5 more. Thank you, Annie. You are amazing. And it gets Toby another treat and closer to his bowl goal. That's what we can call it, the bowl goal. We got a few more stories to run through, guys. Let's just give credit to our supporters and feed the Tobster. See, I'm going to try to keep the camera like this where you can see the thing at the bottom, but you can also see Toby perfectly. There you go. One more treat, good sir. Now he's awake. You guys see how tired he was? Now that the treats donations are coming in, he's like getting for bed watcher. All right. Getting ready for bed. My Shy's like that and Storm's bad. Aussie too. 15 pounds is one thing. 50 pounds of dog is another. So both of your dogs shake like violently when a storm comes? Because that's total. He dropped it. Give me a second, guys. Oh my God. Toby, what's down here? What are you throwing? We got a bacon and 3 crunchies. What's he doing? He has a whole day of treats down here. How many are you dropping? Wow. Should see how much is down there. It's like he has a little stash. You had a 100-pound lab that was petrified. I couldn't do anything. Oh my God. Yeah, and you can't control a 100-pound dog. They're way too strong. There you go. Stop taking one at a time. Take them all. Right there. Oh my God, more bacon, guys. Has he eaten any of it? I swear it's all falling out. You got to eat the treats, Toby. No wonder nobody's donating lately and today, because you're spitting it all on the floor. Toaster. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you to T, Shammy, and Annie so far. We are chipping away at that goal. Chip, 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 chip. He was afraid. Your dog does. He shakes violently when we turn the oven on. Oh my God, the oven? That's weird because usually it's a noise that scares them. He was also afraid of water and cars, and didn't matter if they were moving cars or parked. He had PTSD from abuse. Wow. All right. Well, if you disappear, watcher, we won't be offended by it. Don't worry. So, she and her half-brother, who is Dinkin's son. Actually, give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me 1 minute. We get 3 more stories, then we'll finish up for the night. Okay, guys. No burnt cake. I have no idea what the story is going on, but I love when Watcher's here. Watcher and Annie and Shammy. Those are kind of our 3 talkers of the group. I found things I've been doing with Watcher. I'm having a lot of trouble trying to make like pre-recorded videos. Are you having any luck with that? I know you're using Power Director. I'm having a hell of a time, man. Going into people's live streams I don't even like. You know what I was thinking of, Watcher, is since I'm doing my overnight job, I have a lot of downtime. I could go live on the overnights. I haven't been because I'm doing 1 or 2 of these a day, so that would be like overkill to also go live in the middle of the night. But I've thought about that. If I rearrange things, like I could do an overnight hangout, while I'm at work. It would totally work. You're halfway done? Yeah, but how long? You've been working on it for a long time, right? Going to take a month. That's what I mean. I want to work on it because I have the stories from you and Annie and Marissa did one. And I'm like, dang, man, like it's taking so long just to learn it. Reading a script on screen, it's like so hard. You have to like memorize one piece, look in the camera, say it right, say it again, do a few takes of that, memorize another line, say it in the camera. Oh man, then you got to sit there and go through the edits and take out all the bad ones. And then you miss one edit. It's like, oh my God. See, for me, voiceover is easy. If I can just speak without being on camera, I'm fine. But it's when I have to remember, because if you watch a video, look at like John Lorden, for example, someone who does, those kind of videos, the pre-recorded cases, he's like the best. So let's use him as an example. Someone like him or like that chapter or what's the other guy's name? I don't know. Those kind of channels, And the whole video is them being like this. Robbie went to the store, but he was to find out it would be his last trip ever. You have to look at the camera and say it confidently while looking like this. So you can't be like reading it like, and then he went to the store and he was to find out it was going to be his last trip ever. Like that's how it looks when it's like, it's so hard. Oh, I've been practicing. I'm getting really worried about it because I have you guys doing work and stuff, and it is not easy. Every single report card said 2 things. One, Wendy talks too much. 2, Wendy needs to work on him. Good old Mike O, let's give it a go. Yeah, he's good at what he does. He's very good. Of course he is. You know, he has a huge channel. He's like 7,000 levels above me. So, but yeah, I'd like to talk to him. I might ask John what his process is. I'm curious, like what people do to nail that down. Do they just memorize a bunch of stuff? They spend all week memorizing it and then just say it from memory? Or do they really read a line, say it, read a line, say it, read a line, say it? Because it would take like a month. Yeah, Mike O is great. Mike O and John Lorden. There's a few good ones, don't get me wrong. There's so many more that even though I'm not naming people, I don't watch a ton of true crime stuff. No, John's great. He never misses a beat. I just don't watch a ton of true crime because I spend so much time doing it for my channel that when I'm done, I'm like, that's the last thing I want to focus on is more true crime in my spare time. So I don't spend a lot of time looking at other people's channels for that reason. I'll look at a couple of the big ones, but if it's like a small, I'm friends with a lot of smaller channels, but I've never watched, unless I'm friends with them like you guys. But there are a couple of people that come here that are really small channels, and I try to support them. I'll tell people to go to their channels, but I really don't have the time to watch them. Just don't. I'll watch the bigger ones because they kind of have the process down, you know. Good night, Jenny. Guys, I have to grab oh, no, I have cigarettes. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about today. Go to his secret studio sometimes and try to watch him. He has a secret studio. I hope to see John at CrimeCon. That's how we met. He emailed me, said, hey, I saw your stuff. I really like it, this and that. And he said, I mentioned you at CrimeCon last year. I was talking about you. So I was like, whoa, really? So that's how I was like, hey, you want to do a video together then? So we did our video. So I'm thinking maybe if I go to CrimeCon this year, I'll see John. I don't know if he's going to be there virtually or really there, but I'm hoping to see him. That'd be cool. Good guy. I really like John Lorden. Very few people that are genuine people seem to be loyal, you know, and John really gives me that vibe, let me tell you. I don't know him super well, so I can't speak from too much experience, but the experience I do have with him has been all positive. He's never given me any indication that he's anything other than a really good guy. Let me light this, guys. I'm so sorry to keep getting up. To me, I consider John Lorden I call him like the godfather of true crime. I mean, he's not the biggest channel, or the oldest one, I don't think. So I don't know. I guess technically he's not, but to me he is. Then you have like your Mike O's. You have what's her name? She does the makeup while she tells true crime. She has a giant channel. Man, I'm so jealous of people that have channels that size. What's her name? You guys know her. She does her makeup while she tells true crime. Man, those channels, they release a video, they instantly get like 300, 400,000 views. How awesome, huh? When I say I'm jealous, I mean in a good way. Good for them. I'm not talking bad. Yeah, Bailey Sarian. Yep. But wow, can you imagine? That must be so cool. You release a video, go to the bathroom, come out, hit reload. 100,000 people have watched it. That must be like such a great feeling, you know? I'm at the point where I'll get like 1,000 views pretty quick. She has staff. No, I know. All of the big channels do. But she's great at remembering it, you know, kind of like John. So these people definitely have a really awesome process for whatever they do. And I realize some of them have help. I want to have help eventually. And I have people that help all the time, you know, like kind of how you've offered to help and Annie's offered to help. But until you can pay people, you can't really have that much help because people, you need so much help that you really need to pay people. If you don't, you'll see they go away, you know, they do. I've had so many people. I know, Annie, but the thing is, for me to but if you notice, I never really ask for things. That's because if I was to be like, okay, this is now my staff, and I expect things from them, you very quickly be like, sorry, Jay, I'll help when I can, but this is a little much. Anybody would. I'm not saying that judged off of you guys' personalities or anything. I'm saying that off the basis that anybody would, because it's so much work. It's too much. And I've had people that have worked for me or helped me. They've co-hosted, some of them, and not you guys at all, of course, but they've been disloyal, man. So I'm really scared to let people in these days. I've had some really disloyal people who have caused a lot of problems in the channel. And once you kind of make it known that someone is like part of the channel and helping, it's like you give them power to hurt your channel, because people are going to be like, wow, that person is on his channel and they're causing issues. There's been a couple that have really done some damage. Anytime I'm serious, I'm going to call you Jay. I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean you're going to call me on the phone, or if you mean you're going to call me Jay instead of Jason, or what you mean. Bad memory. What do you mean? Yeah, but yeah, no. Fairly recently, we had someone that was, on the channel close, and it didn't work out at all. And I'm like, and they were a really good friend. We were getting closer as personal friends. It didn't end up working out, and I'm like, never again. I decided never again. Be united. I got flyers to do. All right, be united. Hey, we're still doing our interviews. Be united. I'm working on getting those up nightly, so make sure to join those ones. I know that you know the deal, but these little shows we do here are just kind of hangouts. Please keep an eye out for the interviews. It looks like I got one in a couple of days. All right, T? Bad memories coming up. Oh, what is this? Let's get rid of this sex guy. Let's bring another one up. Oh, this is the same one. Okay. So next story, guys. An Alaska woman was found dead at the base of a cliff, and her ex was filmed carrying a body to his car. Oh, God. Shoot me some. Oh, you know what? I have someone to send me a bunch of names, too. I just realized. I got to do some work tonight. I will, definitely, T. Let me get a group of names, and I'll contact you back. But I just realized somebody sent me a bunch of names for cases, and I totally slipped my mind until now. All right, guys, we're going to change our goal because it's a slow day. So I try to change it. Sometimes it helps squeeze out one or two more. What are we at? 35? We'll make it 15. So the remaining daily goal is $15. If we hit it, Toby will eat his bowl of treatsies. Can we do it? Come on, guys, $15. Okay, but let's get to these last two stories while we wait to see if Toby gets his crunchies for the night. These are provided by Watcher, as is everything Toby eats. Watcher, basically, if you are a fan of how well Toby is fed, then you're a fan of Watcher. She buys all his food. The last 5 times I went shopping, I haven't bought Toby anything other than regular base food, because all of his treats and snacks are already in the house from Watcher. They just pop up at my doorstep. So let's look at this Alaska woman who was found dead at the base of a cliff, and an ex was filmed carrying a body to his car. Medical examiners have yet to determine how Geraldine Nicholson died. Oh, wow, very pretty girl. Once again, that's what aunts do. Absolutely. So another pretty girl, innocent-looking, sweet girl, taken down by a creep. So this is Geraldine Bessie Nicholson. Police say the ex-boyfriend of a 27-year-old Alaska woman whose remains were found at the base of a cliff in Anchorage was captured by a surveillance camera days before loading a body into his car, according to a charging document obtained by People. I wonder whose body that was. That's hilarious. Oh, wow, pretty girl. I know. I try to say it meaning like innocent, pretty girl with everything going for her, or nice looking kid, but maybe I should stop saying it, because it's not like it adds anything or is any less of a reason to hurt them. But I don't know. I always say pretty girl, or handsome kid, a lot of life in their eyes. I always say something like that. I was thinking that, Watcher. I was wondering when someone was going to comment on that. Leave it to Watcher to call me out. Oh, I'm going to try to pull up another article after this one. I got another Duggar article at the end. I don't want to end on freaking Duggar. So sick of this guy. Okay. Someone quick hit me now. What does that mean? You want to be hit? Whack, 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 like that? Or do you mean Toby? Toby could deal with a little smack to wake him up. Look, he doesn't even get up. Wake up. That's his belly. Angie has a great channel. Yep. I'm going to start getting stricter, guys, about what channels I allow to be mentioned on here. However, Angie's and watchers, by all means, they can always mention their channels. But there's been a couple that have come through in recent times that I'm starting to be like, you know what? I don't want that channel mentioned here. I don't want, they're smaller channels, and I've always been supportive of them. But things have happened, and I'm like, you know what? No more. I'm starting to see why people, I've always been open, like, mention your channel. Who cares? Do this, do that. But I'm starting to be like, I'm going to get stricter on that. Are you talking to me, Annie? What happened? Just some things. Deanna says, it takes one of my good friends like 20-something hours to just make a couple-hour video, and she's been doing it for years. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. Couple hour? Oh, no. 10 minutes. It takes literally... I went through... How you doing, Deanna? I went through a period, right, where I was doing movie reviews for a while. I stopped doing true crime. Well, I started doing just one true crime case, the Maura Murray case. That's all I did for a couple of months. And then I got kind of sick of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do some movie reviews. I did movie reviews. It didn't go well. And during that time, I was doing real editing. I was taking tons of footage, chopping it together, speaking over it, adding music. And I did a video on the TV show Fargo, which was my favorite TV show until the most recent season or two. And I remember I worked on this video for Fargo. It was the length of a song, so like 4.5 to 5 minutes. I think I put 13 hours in it, and it got 30 views in 6 months, And it was just so disheartening. I was like, never, ever again am I doing anything even remotely like this, It really disheartened me. Just someone she was calling out was in chat making issues because that's how he is, trying to be famous in the book. Who are you talking about, watcher? Can you say names? What's going on? I missed the beginning of the story. Hey, we got a little influx of people. Welcome, guys. We're going to be going another 10, 12 minutes now. If anyone would like to support, link is in the description and here. We appreciate you guys. Any of you new guys that just came in. We're $15 from our goal. If we hit our goal, Toby gets a giant bowl of crunchies at the end of the live. Angie was getting attacked on her live. Was it by someone who comes here? Shimmy. Yeah, they can be bad. Bad. I'm not good at editing at all. I just do the best I can. I don't have the patience. If it's like almost good, I'll be like, nah, keep it, Thank God. So what situation are you guys talking about? Okay, so the person doesn't come here. I get you. Okay, good. We got enough trolls. So police say the ex-boyfriend of a 27-year-old Alaska woman whose remains were found at the base of a cliff in Anchorage was captured by a surveillance camera days before loading a body into his car, according to a charging document. Eddie Thomas Jr., who's 36, has not yet been charged with murder in the death of his ex-girlfriend, Geraldine Nicholson, who was found dead Saturday. Instead, Thomas has been charged with tampering with physical evidence, misconduct involving the corpse, unlawful conduct, and violating conditions of release, all stemming from Nicholson's disappearance and death. Yeah. I don't know. To me, if you have less than 50 to 100,000 subscribers, you're not even a medium-sized YouTuber. Like, I'm a nothing YouTuber, to be honest. I'm not, you know what I mean? 13,000 people, whatever I have, that's nothing. So I don't know why people get like these egos. 50 to start. 100,000 is like, now you're a decent size to me. That's why they give that plaque at 100,000. Did you see where that YouTuber made up the story that those two Mexicans tried to kidnap her kids to get YouTube clicks? Yeah. She's going to jail. Attempt to defraud, absolutely. He caused problems here. My opinion really is important, but I wouldn't surprise people. Oh no, your opinion is just as important as anyone's, Shammy. Don't say that. We care. We care about your opinion. Yeah, you can't go making up lies and say, oh, I got robbed, I need money. That's not fun. That's not going to work for you. She said some Spanish guys robbed her. Jeez. You're making up a crime like that? That's crazy. So medical examiners have yet to determine how the young woman died. She had been reported missing by her father on April 30th, and police say she was last seen alive on April 24th. New charging documents allege that Nicholson went to her ex's apartment in Eagle River on April 24th and can be seen in a photo from that day taking a bath in his tub. Whoa. Thomas allegedly told police Nicholson said she had wanted to take a bath and have a drink, but that she left within an hour after the two had an argument about her supposed alcohol use. Phone records, the charging documents allege, show that Nicholson's phone never left the area of Thomas's home. The surveillance footage, allegedly captured April 27th, is said to show Thomas loading a body into the passenger seat of his car before driving off. The body being loaded into the car appears to be Geraldine Nicholson, according to the charging documents. Thomas remains in custody, but has yet to plead to the charges he faces. Attorney information for him was unavailable. Nicholson's family has set up a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral costs. According to the page, Nicholson was called Annie by her family. She was a bright light and beautiful soul, loved by many. That's sad, guys. They need to take that movement to Indiana and arrest that fraud. Which one is selling lies? Asked Deanna. People changing, at least this time. I see it way in advance and I can stay far away. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I try to see both sides of it. People give people a hard time. Anyone who's putting in like dozens and dozens of hours weekly should have a channel that, is able to support itself. But there are definitely some that take it too far and seem not to have really too good intentions. You have to walk a fine line. You have to be in it for the right reasons. And then you will build a channel that, that does well. If you're in it for the right reasons, eventually everything will work itself out. And you have to find your niche and you have to stick to it. I watch some channels. I try to watch a channel here and there. And like, I've seen channels that they'll call themselves true crime channels, but so much of their content isn't true crime. It'll be like a bunch of friends just having a conversation on camera. And I'm like, why? This isn't true crime. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And if you say anything, they're like, well, then don't watch. Like, yeah, I'm not going to watch, but I'm just letting you know. What are you doing having a true crime channel and just having a conversation with your friends? Who the hell wants to watch that? Hours and hours long, too. So you're not going to succeed in true crime unless you develop a niche, Like John does his thing, reading the scripts. You have different people. I don't want to mention a bunch of people, but they all have their niche. Mine is like the live daily interviews. It's an interactive chat. I put together, I have a unique set of skills from being like a salesperson in the past, being comfortable talking to people I don't know. I put my skill set together and I created kind of a unique thing because not many people can do everything that's required to do the channel like I do. So I found my niche with the live interactive interviews, that's something I hadn't seen before. So I'm happy with that. But you got to have, you can vary it a little. You got to have some creativity involved and stuff like that. But there are some people that just have no direction. Their channel's like this, and then all they do is complain about other channels and act like, I get so many trolls and people are trying to take my channel down. And it's like, buddy, you have 47 subscribers. Like, I'm not trying to be insulting, but stop it. Don't sit there talking about how many haters you have when like 30 people know you exist. You don't have haters. Stop it. Calm down. Like, that's not why you're not doing good. You're not doing good because you haven't even started yet. You're not even on the map until you get maybe like 10,000, 20,000. Takes a long time. But you need to have a focus in your channel. What do you do good? What do you bring to it? There are a million true crime channels. What do you bring to true crime? Take that, attach it on, and find a focus with it. Can't be doing something different every day. I've done that. I was doing movie reviews and stuff, and the channel tanked, so I had to rebuild it again. My channel has tanked, and I rebuilt it a couple times, and I'm still nowhere really. 13,000. That's nothing. My highest video is like 40,000 views, I think. The Delphi, that's nothing. So I don't know. I just see a lot of stuff and people complain, and it's like, you haven't even started yet. Every person who has 3 subscribers thinks we have so many haters. I don't get it. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. We're going to hit our goal, guys. Come on. We got 15 people in here now. People coming. Anybody want to support the channel so we can build up our interviews and all that? Annie has been posting the link. And that's it right there, everybody. Right there. It will get Toby his bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunchies. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, we're going to start winding down with our final article or two. I don't want to keep you guys forever. So we got a Josh Duggar one, and let me just pull up one more article, and then we'll finish up here, guys. Thank you for joining us. I guess we are. I'll stop with the advertising of the goal because I don't think we're going to hit it. So we'll just be thankful for the people who did donate, T, Shammy, and Annie, and we'll call it a night because I don't want to mention too many times because we got pretty much the same group of people in here now, so I don't want to pressure them. Okay, 1 second. What, Toby? Hang on, buddy. Toby's crying. Okay, so let me see. Cancer doctor. Whoa, here we go. This is a good one. So, a cancer doctor poisons her fellow physician for revenge after he ends their affair. Poisons her ex-boyfriend, I guess we'll say. I just messaged you, Annie, to make sure you get it. I don't want to be too pressure. No, buddy, please calm down. Give Toby a minute. So, a respected Texas cancer doctor had to fight for his life and justice after his coffee was poisoned. Oh no, those spirits. No, Watcher is a Christian. She wouldn't be inviting spirits in. What are you guys talking about? Whoa, we got a lot of spiritual talk going on in the chat. Okay, we'll leave that alone. So, a respected Texas cancer doctor had to fight for his life and justice after his coffee was poisoned. After he ends their affair. So at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Dr. George Blumenshine was known to colleagues, patients, and students as an esteemed oncologist at the top of his profession. A specialist in head, neck, and lung cancers, he was a dedicated physician who saved lives. But on January 27th, 2013, Blumenshine, who is 48, came to the emergency department of his own hospital. He was sick and disoriented, as seen in a video recorded as he waited to be treated and obtained by Dateline Secrets Uncovered. So they got a video out there. Is it here? You okay? Why are you whining? What? You okay? You be good boy? You all right? Is that a no? No. They just sneezed on me. Toby. What is all these ads? I'm frozen, guys. Give me a second. Authorities a battery of tests were run. One showed crystals in his body, indicating the presence of ethylene glycol, a sweet-testing chemical found in antifreeze. It's toxic to the heart and kidneys, and potentially deadly if enough of it is consumed. I'll tell you, if you're not familiar with ethylene glycol, then you're not a watcher of Investigation Discovery Channel, because you hear that a lot. Deanna, you must be really behind in the chat, because I see when you respond, it's like 10 minutes after we talk about something. Yeah, 79,000. Yeah, see, that's someone that is like close to the map, basically on the map. You know, anywhere in the $50,000 to $100,000 range, you're on the YouTube map. If you just like hit 1,000 subs and you think, yeah, I'm monetized, I made it. you're going to make like 80 cents a day, you know, with that amount of subs. Or if you're like my size, 12, 13,000, we're nothing, guys. There's so much room to grow. So don't ever be happy with where you are, because believe me, we are. All right, Toby keeps whining, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to read this article. I don't know if it's he wants treats and he's being a butthead or what, but if he whines one more time, I'm going to maybe take him down and see if it's to pee. I don't know if it's treat related or pee, but yeah, Shammy, I think Deanna is really far behind. Oh, you can hear him, Shammy? Yeah, I don't know. I think he might want treats. He might just be being a little brat, or he might have to pee. I'm not sure which it is. So I'm going to see if he does it one more time. If it's treats, typically he won't be too aggressive with it. He'll do it a few times and stop. So I'm going to check. If it's pee, he'll keep going until I take him out. So you know what? Ow. I am going to take him out real quick, guys. Then I'll finish these couple articles, because I don't want him to pee. If he pees right now all over those cushions and chair, I'm in trouble. So let me take him out real quick, and then I'll come back and finish these last two stories. Sorry, guys. It was a pee break, and I don't know if he did pee, but I don't know if he was crying because he wants treats or if he had to pee. But he has been getting kind of spoiled lately. Oh, really? The person that's causing trouble? I'm trying to think of someone who has a watcher. Can you message me what person you're talking about? Here, buddy, you okay? Here, you all right? Sit. Stand up. Come on. Here, come on. Come on. Oh, boy. Oh, what a day, guys. What a day. Toby's been a bit of a nightmare. Well, by his standards. All right, come on. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, I'm not even muted. Wow, good thing I wasn't saying anything weird, right? I was muted. Oh, I've heard that name a lot, Watcher. I don't know him, though. I hear that name all the time. They refer to him by just his last name. I know nothing about the person, though. Okay. Yeah. So what? I think they cover one particular case, right, Watcher? Let me see. What was that person right about that you just said, Watcher? Yeah, no, I stay away from everybody. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Even the people that I love and respect in this genre, I don't really like. I'm to the point, I don't like doing collabs that much anymore. It helps your channel a little, not a ton. And it just puts more pressure and strain. I don't know. I'm so relaxed doing this now, but when I have a co-host, especially like one that's bigger than me, a lot bigger, I get like, I don't know. I get, don't say sorry. It's hilarious. What did I say sorry for? That's funny. Oh, you guys talking about something else? You're funny. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So we got one or two more stories. Let me see what we got here. I'm trying to ignore. I don't want to do 100 stories about this Duggar guy. Angie and me at Flow. Yeah, you gotta find someone who you flow good with. I had someone before, Grotto, but he had like family obligations in Thai, so he's kind of doing that. I gave him a break from everything, but we had a good flow. I mean, a good back and forth, But it's hard to find somebody. It's really hard. But that's the key to a channel, because when I've had some co-hosts, and I swear, most co-hosts ask me to come on. Not all of them. Some of them I ask them, but they'll ask me to come on, and we've had some that were like, please, I love this case. I'm so into this case. I swear to you, they come on, and it's like 30 minutes in. They haven't asked the question yet. I'll pause. I'll wait. I'll stare at them. They won't say anything. So like 40 minutes in, I have to be like, do you have a question you'd like to ask? Like I have to prompt them constantly to ask the guest a question, and it just doesn't flow good at all. All right, guys. All right, so I'm going to read this last story. While I do, I'll do one more call out. We'll lower it one more time. $10 for the goal, guys. $10 for Toby to eat his bowl of treats. That's the goal. I won't say it again. We'll leave it there. Why isn't what I typed coming up, though? Hang on. Not coming up. The remaining daily goal, $10. If we hit it, Toby gets a bowl of treats. There we go. Boom. Can we hit it? $10. Can we hit our goal? All right. So we got two stories. We're going to read it. Once I finish these stories, I'll go and check. If anyone donated the 10, we'll fill Toby's bowl and have him go at it. Otherwise, we'll just read the two stories. So we have the cancer doctor story and we have the Duggar story. I don't want to read too much about Duggar because we've done a lot on him already. But let's kind of move forward here. So I'm going to start from the beginning again. A cancer doctor poisons fellow physician for revenge after he ends their affair. A respected Texas cancer doctor had to fight for his life and justice after his coffee was poisoned. At the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Dr. George Blumenshine was known to colleagues, patients, and students as an esteemed oncologist at the top of his profession, a specialist in head, neck, and lung cancers. He was a dedicated physician who saved lives. But on January 27, 2013, Blumenshine, who was 48, came to the emergency department of his own hospital. He was sick and disoriented, as seen in a video recorded as he waited to be treated. A battery of tests were run. One showed crystals in his body, indicating the presence of ethylene glycol, which is something if you watch Investigation Discovery, you hear that term all the time. A sweet-tasting chemical found in antifreeze. It's toxic to the heart and kidneys and potentially deadly if enough of it is consumed. Authorities had to investigate how a respected doctor could have ingested a known poison. Could the doctor have tried to kill himself with the poison? Blumenshine insisted he had to when questioned. Yeah, if he was trying to kill himself, I don't think he'd go to the hospital, tell them, and deny it, right? Antifreeze, by the way, is a horrible, horrible way to go. What do you get? Okay, good. Talking about something else. Why am I frozen? Guys, sorry, this has been kind of a nightmare at the end of the show. Everything keeps freezing. Ads coming up, blah, blah, blah. There we go. So authorities had to investigate how a respected doctor could have ingested a known poison. Could the doctor have tried to kill himself with the poison? Blumenshine insisted he hadn't when questioned. So had someone slipped Blumenshine the clear and odorless substance? Prosecutors Nathan Hennigan and Justin Keeter focused on Yvette Toney, Blumenshine's live-in girlfriend of a decade whom he was planning to have a baby with. She denied having anything to do with the poisoning. Officials looked to see if Toney stood to gain financially from Blumenshine's death and learned that his brother, not Toney, was the beneficiary of his insurance policies, life insurance. So the brother is the beneficiary. Trying to think of. Hang on one second, guys. All right, guys. So let's finish up this story, and then we're going to call it a night. Prosecutors Nathan Hennigan and Justin Keeter focused on Yvette, Blumenshine's living girlfriend of a decade, whom he was planning to have a baby with. She denied having anything to do with the poisoning. Officials looked to see if Tony stood to gain financially from Blumenshine's death and learned that his brother, not Tony, was the beneficiary of his life insurance policies. 2 weeks after Blumenshine, had entered the hospital, they had no answers and Blumenshine was still suffering. Authorities dug deeper into his professional life where they discovered he had more than a working relationship with Dr. Ana Marie Gonzalez Angulo, a rising star breast cancer specialist. Gonzalez Angulo had actually followed Blumenshine to the hospital when he went to the emergency department and was with him and Tony as he waited to be seen by physicians. After a number of weeks, however, Blumenshine left the hospital and resumed his job. And you'll know that during those weeks, he was suffering like hell in that hospital. It's not a joke, guys. So he then finally admitted to investigators that he and Gonzalez Angulo were romantically involved. It was a game-changing confession. With that admission, the case formed the shape of a love triangle. Theories and possible scenarios were considered. Could Tony have discovered her boyfriend was cheating and sought revenge? That idea was abandoned when detectives discovered that Tony didn't find out about the cheating until after the poisoning. Could Gonzalez and Angulo have felt spurned and gone to extremes over Blumenshine having a baby with Tony? Investigators learned that Gonzalez and Angulo crossed boundaries and bought a car and a watch to match one's a car and a watch to match one's Blumenshine head. She gave expensive gifts that struck Blumenshine as inappropriate. After ending their affair without giving a reason, Blumenshine secretly recorded his phone calls with Gonzalez and Angulo, who can be heard referring to Tony as being victorious over her. She won, you know. Go have a kid. Have a good life. Eesh. Investigators discerned vengeance in that message. They also learned that Gonzalez and Angulo had access to ethylene glycol and that she and Blumenshine had been together throughout the day he got sick. So the trial lasted 8 days and the jury deliberated for 8 hours. The final verdict, Gonzalez and Angulo, 43 years old, was convicted of aggravated assault and sentenced to 10 years and surrendered her license to practice medicine. You know what? That should be attempted murder, if you ask me. That's kind of crazy. All right, guys, you can start saying your goodbyes. It's been a hell of a long show. I appreciate you sticking with me. It's over 2 hours now. So have a good time, everyone. And that's basically it. I love yous, and I will see yous. We're going to have an interview tomorrow or the next day, so let me see how things go, okay? All right, love yous. Deanna. Yeah, Deanna's really far behind. I don't know which girl you're talking about, Deanna. We have had a lot of different girls that helped various times. I think I know the one you mean, but I don't want to talk about people's personal business, you know. But that's it. All right, guys, I love yous. I'll see you tomorrow or the next day. We're going to have an interview coming up. It's going to be a good one. All right, I love yous. Take care.